Joseph, good afternoon, or is it good evening where you are right now?
Good evening, Darren. Yes, it is. It's good afternoon where you are.
I'm in New York. It is good afternoon. You're in England?
Yes.
There you go. Well, thank you for taking the time. And The Exorcism of God is the new movie. When did you actually film it?
Oh my God. You're the first person who's asked me this. We filmed it before the pandemic, before the first lockdown. And so it was about 2018.
Wow. Okay. Any recollection as to how long the shoot was, or if it was like a few different shoots?
My engagement on the shoot was 3.5 weeks. They'd been at it 2 weeks before I was, and I think 2 weeks after I finished. Yes.
Wow. Was it a traditional audition process, or did you know Alejandro or Santiago before being cast in it?
It wasn't a traditional audition process. It was a friend of mine who's a literary agent who represents Alejandro. His name's Michael Lewis. Suggested me to him, and Alejandro said, "Well, you mean the guy from The Fresh Prince?" And I said, yeah, I didn't think. I know he's a serious actor, but I didn't think he wanted to do movies. Well, give him the script. So they sent me the script. I thought of The Exorcism of God. I mean, what a title! And that was it. And he said, "You want to do it?" And I said, "Yeah, I want to do it." He said, "Well, then you can do it." And so we talked, and he I have to say, he cosseted me. I mean, he really took me through it and made me, understand a lot about filming technique and stuff. It was marvelous, marvelous.
Well, that was actually going to be one of my questions. If you knew that the film was called The Exorcism of God, because oftentimes the movie title on the script is different, and then they change it again when they're on the set, and maybe one of the investors goes, how about this title? Or the script gets rewritten, they change the focus. Was it always called The Exorcism of God from beginning to end?
Yeah, yes, it has. And I mean, it went through a lot of rewrites. I mean, we had rewrites on why we were filming, But I think Alejandro and Mr. Calvet did what they did, and it was it's the film I read. Yeah, it's the title that I read. Yeah.
Well, credit goes to you. You are a classically trained actor, and your credits go on decades. Like when you got The Fresh Prince, you'd already been a working actor 15, 20 years. When you're this conditioned as an actor, do you memorize full scripts when you get them? Or do you just know, hey, it might change, I'll just memorize it the day before?
Oh, it's that sort of stuff I did in my 20s. And then I discovered that is foolhardy. That is, learn it. And it's easier to unlearn than to learn. So yeah, I mean, I do everything. I discovered in the process of life itself that really preparations is really all what it's about. So if you don't learn it, you can't do it. You can always they can say, okay, we'll from line 27 to line 48, we're taking that out. A couple of practice and it goes. But we need to learn line 27 to learn 48 because we're doing it in about 10 minutes. And you go, oh my God, I gotta learn that. So,
do you have a good memory for things beyond scripts?
That's a good one. No, I don't. I mean, the technique of learning is that it's repetition. You learn it, you say, learn it, you say it, you say it, you say it, you say it. It sticks. My survival depends on, while we're talking, I'm making notes.
Oh, okay. You're a note taker.
Yes. So I remember, because it's not that I have a problem with concentration, not at all. It's simply that accessing it is sometimes you know, that second just destroys the moment.
I'd have to assume anyone who's classically trained, who's been in King Lear, they have an attention span. So you have an attention span, you take notes, and it also sounds like you roll with the punches, that you don't take it too seriously aside from the craft itself.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's as relaxed as you can be, because the more you protest it, the less accessible your creative facilities are, because you know it constricts you. So the lighter you approach it, is the more you are available for the creative influences. Oh yeah, I mean, but I do take what I do very seriously. Yeah, I mean, if it means staying up till 4 a.m. for 2 weeks, that's what I do. I mean, that's what it requires. Yeah.
Well, we were connected to talk about The Exorcism of God, which is out tomorrow, March 11th. But you're also back in the headlines because Bel Air is on Peacock and lots of people are talking about it. And we see a darker version of your character. Did you know that character was going to go in that direction before they started filming?
Well, no, not well. I had heard that, you know, that they had approached it, that the young man who came up with the idea had gone that way with it. But no, I didn't imagine it to be anything like it is. But what makes it authentic is that, oh my God, it's almost the inner thoughts of those people are being played in front of the cameras. I mean, just kind of, you know, it's extraordinary. It's actually the obverse of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It's the other side of the coin.
Yeah, all of us who grew up watching Jeffrey and loving Jeffrey, when you think about it, he was the most good-hearted person on that show that never did anybody the wrong way. Maybe the only character on that whole show, and Bel Air has redone that just a little bit.
Yes, I mean, he's the only character who loved his job. I mean, who did his job, loved it, turned out well, and was all, you know, and could say what he liked to his employers, but did a good job. And yeah, and it's extraordinary. But it's also, I mean, you know, you remember when the legend of when the bard, Mr. Dillon, went from acoustic to electric. I mean, It's that, you know, it's the music is the same, but it's just
Newport,
different.
That is the best Newport Folk Festival reference I've heard all day. So kudos to you on that. And my last question for you is, again, Exorcism of God is what we were connected to do and talk about. But you never stopped working. Are you allowed to say what project is next?
Well, as you know, there isn't anything I can sort of mention, but I can tell you what has come to this point. I've just finished in Hamlet with the versatile Cush Jumbo, and I've done a couple of guest starring things on British television. But my next big project is Prospero in Tempest. But that won't be till the summer.
Well, glad to see you still at it at a high level all these years later. And really, thank you for your time, Joseph.
You're very kind. Thank you very much. Take very good care. And remember, March the 11th, on demand.
Paltrocast.